Greetings, family. What's good? How is everybody? I know y'all probably like she late, but I'm here. It took a minute. Um, when I set up, usually I'm setting up with my phone. Tonight we got power, so y'all know I had to get up in here, and I don't know, you issues coming on here on this live stream. I had it already set, but it was doing something different. So I figured it out. I'm here. Thank you for joining. I'm so happy to see y'all. Who do we have in the house today? I don't hear. So when we get about 20 people, we'll get started. Right now, we can just kind of shoot the breeze. If y'all have any questions, whoever is, get those questions answered. So I hope you all are well. I hope you're keeping warm if you're on the East Coast. I'm not sure what's going on everywhere else, but I know the East Coast, I'm told it's very cold. Y'all got snowstorms and everything else. So it's good to see you here. Y'all like my shirt? Yes, I have two. My shirt says Spirit Woke, Ancestors Calling. And what's the bottom say? Look at that. Look at that. Vibrations. Get your shirts, y'all. Y'all know I got the shirts on Teespring. This design is on the front and the back. And as you can see, it's Africa is the shape. And it's us walking through that door of no return, right? Walking through and coming back. So this design is on the back of this shirt as well. If you're here, be sure to share the live stream, hit that like button, and let people know we're on. So what can I say? We got some stuff to talk about this evening. Here, it's 10 p.m. So we got some things to talk about. If y'all have any questions, like I said, feel free. Hit me up in the chat. Let me see. If you are subscribed to the channel, you will be able to chat. Channel subscribers are able to chat and leave questions. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the live. And we'll get started as soon as we get folks here. So who do we have here? I see one person. I'm not sure who that is because I'm not able to click on that and see, but please feel free to drop a question if you have one. Let me know where you're signing in from, and we can talk a little more. I know last time we were on, people were asking some questions. I believe someone asked a question about security and drivers. So I wanted to answer that question. I want to wait so we get a few more people in, and then we'll get started. So I do remember that was a question. I hope you all are following the videos, and if there's more videos that you are interested in seeing, let me know, and as long as it's along the lines of getting the African diaspora information, I'm willing to do that, right? I know folks have questions about the Gambia, about Africa, about, what the requirements are as far as traveling, if there are vaccines required and that sort of thing. But we haven't had those issues here in the Gambia. All they require to come is testing, that you have a negative COVID test, right? So that's all you need when you're coming into the Gambia. Be sure when you're coming in to hit that like button. Right now, I believe it's 5:10 p.m. on the East Coast, so that would make it 10:10 here. So yeah, there was some challenges signing in, but I am here and ready to get started. And feel free when you're coming in, if you are subscribed to the channel, you can drop a message in the chat. We can kick it. Y'all can let me know what questions you have, and we'll go from there. And of course, the first topic we're going to start with is shipping, right? Because that's a big thing for a lot of people. And I have to tell you, it was a scary process for me. The idea of me putting my belongings in someone's hands that I didn't know, I don't know, there's something about that sentimental attachment that you have to your items, right? So you want to believe that if you're putting your items in someone's hands, that they're going to take good care of your things, that you're going to receive your things in a timely manner, and that the people you give your things to can be trusted, right? So, all of that is what we're going to talk about, you know, whether it's your family members, because a lot of times when you leave, you're going to leave your things for family members to follow through and get those things to you, right? And you will find sometimes that the folks you trust the most, or that you kind of have to rely on, will be the folks that will sabotage you, right? Outside of the haters and the trolls, that's a whole nother thing. But when it's folks that you have to deal with, like, it kind of blows you away because you don't even see it coming, right? You want to think that everyone has your best interest in mind, but sometimes that ain't the case, y'all. You'll really get to find out who is envious of you, who really doesn't think you should be going to the continent, who is not in agreement with you going to the continent. You will discover all of that when you leave, right? Folks will be difficult. They will give you a hard time. They just may not be on board. So I left a lot behind when I left, because it was that fight or flight type thing. And, there's just a point where you feel like I don't know if you could say, like, how you hit like a boxing bag and the bag comes back and you just keep fighting, but really nothing's happening outside of you getting stronger. That was the general feeling, quite honestly. So I see we have 8 people. Hey, family, I'm glad y'all are coming in. Please hit that like button on the way in. Be sure to share. Greetings, Empress McCabe. Thank you so much for joining. It's so good to see you. I was just talking about the shipping situation and, why I also put saboteurs with that, because you will find that, the people you trust to get your things to you will be the ones that will be sabotaging your stuff. Okay. So yeah, I did not have a pleasant experience. I remember, when I first got my things, those were things that I shipped. And let's be clear about those things. When you ship your items, I cannot say this enough. Please put your name, your address, your phone number, and maybe a backup number. Okay. Hey, Sylvia, good to see you, sis. Put all of that information on your shipping item, right? Like, maybe you want to write it on the top. You want to write it on the bottom. Make sure that the person that is going to be shipping your items takes pictures of what they're shipping as well. And I did several videos on packing your items, right? So when you pack your items, be sure, put them in a container that you cannot see through. Put them in a container that you cannot see through. Make sure they're sealed in case anything's opens up. So I use contractor bags inside of my plastic containers. If you have glass or fragile items or whatever, something that could get bent, wrap it in some type of bubble wrap or paper. After you do all of that and you seal your container, you want to drill holes in the 4 sides of your container. So one at the top, each end, and for the sides, each end. And then you want to use zip ties so that no one can kind of peek in the container or open the container. That is my advice to you. So when I first left, that's what I did, right? Please, because I'm going to tell you, what I didn't pack, what can I say? And be accountable, y'all. I thought that my family to write my name on a container, because the containers I left, everything was already packed. The containers were there. It was in the contractor bags. The containers were closed. I said to them, drill holes, use zip ties. Honey, they sent my stuff. There were no zip ties. My name wasn't on containers. When you send your stuff like that, that is a free for all. I'm telling you now. It's a free for all. They're going to go inside to see what's in there. If they go in there and they see what they like, you will never see your things again. Period. Okay. So, like I said, I did a couple of videos on shipping. When I got to like maybe the third time around, I noticed that I was getting a dabble here, a dabble there. I will post those videos. I didn't want to overreact. I didn't want to start accusing people. I didn't want to do that. I don't like to do that. I like to gather my information before I disclose things and be talking out that other end, okay? Because sometimes we get in our feelings and we don't release our information the way we should. So I waited. I waited all this time, y'all. Every 2 weeks, they kept telling me, oh, come back in 2 weeks. We're going to have your stuff. Come back in a week. We're going to have your stuff. I would go. There was nothing there. The one time I went, I was like, hold up. That ripped plastic bag, I think that's mine. So now in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, did my family members send just a black plastic bag? Or did they take my bag out of the container and this is what they decided to leave behind? So the bag is ripped. I get my stuff. It's like some knives and forks. Mind you, I believe that was the container that my pots and my pans were in. Mind you, I didn't bring any appliances because I've heard people plugging in their appliances here and the things being blown, right? They just kind of start smoking. The voltage is too strong. The watts are too strong because you know it's 220 here. So it's different than it is in the States. I think it's a 220 or 120. I think we have 220. They have 120. Something like that. But y'all know how the plug is, right? It's a 3-prong plug and it's like a rectangular shape. So it's not like what we use at home. The other thing people do is the 3-prong plug that they have here, people will take when the power is off. They take a stick, they put it in the top third hole, and they use those 2-prong round ones, and they stick that in the plug. So you can use those kind of plugs too, if that makes any sense. I think y'all know what I'm talking about, but that's what people do. So you don't want to bring appliances that are not able to be accommodated by the voltage here because you will blow out your stuff and you'll be pissed. So mind you, I left behind a Ninja blender. I left home one of the top line juicers, right? Juicer. I left behind a Juice Man Jr. I left behind just, another little simple blender I left behind. My air fryer, like I'm a cook. So I left behind my copper pans. I was supposed to bring. I was supposed to be in my shipping. We'll talk about that in a minute. So all these appliances I left behind with my son. Friends came to get things. I left all of that stuff behind because I didn't want to take the chance of those things blowing out. My toaster, all those little things you use. In the shipping, I had a sandwich maker. I had copper pans, stainless steel pans. I had a brand new sewing machine. Clothing items, things for the store, grocery items, the rest of my shoes, whatever I couldn't carry. So I don't have to tell y'all, guess what? I never got this stuff. I never got it. Never got it. And when I finally was able to speak to the owner of the company, he came to the Gambia. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait till he come here because maybe he'll be bringing things with him. When I finally got to speak to him, the attitude was like, we don't lose things. And I'm like, well, obviously you did because you don't have my stuff. And it was just like, well, maybe you need to check with the people who, got your boxes. And I'm like, you picked up my boxes. You told me I had a certain amount of boxes when you picked them up. So where's my stuff? And it was just like, oh, wow, like there's no reimbursement. There's no apologies. It's just like, oh, wow. So I'm telling y'all, if you're going to trust these people, you better handle your stuff the way you need to. I didn't get to do that when I left. The things that I received is the stuff that I packed before I left. As y'all know, I left in June, right? The end of June, I got here. So I had sent things before I left. He was having another pickup after I left. So I had more things to come. And I assumed my family members would be able to handle that, right? And apparently it was too much for them to handle because they just did the quick thing and was like, let him take the things, didn't seal the stuff up properly. And this is what happens. It is what it is. Yeah, it was sad. Thank you, Synovia. I appreciate that. Yaya Bay, my brother. Greetings, family. We got 14 people in the house. I got 8 thumbs up. Come on, get those thumbs up and share this with at least 10 people because y'all know we got family coming to the continent and they're not ready. They're not ready to pack up their things the way they should. Seal your stuff, y'all. And the company that I use, I mentioned the name before. Y'all know the company. What I'm going to tell you what I found, what my experience was. I thought they were professional. Then that opinion changed when I realized the second half of my stuff was never coming. I kept getting the runaround. I kept being customers, right? If they got customers that send in, I don't know, commercial products or vehicles, they seem to give those customers top treatment. But the people like us, the singles coming over here, the smaller families, you're not going to get prioritized like that. That's all I could say to you. You're not going to be prioritized. You're not going to be made to feel like your business matters. And that's up. That's messed up. It is. Because when you take in somebody's money and somebody's trusting you with your stuff, it's the least you could do. So that was on the shipping end. Let's talk to Saboteurs in the States. Family. So I left. Yeah, I'm going to say it. I left my child and my ex-husband responsible because I left them with a lot of stuff, all of my appliances and stuff I wasn't using, right? So I figure, okay, my son is young. He has an adult with him. They'll be able to handle this. Honey, sometimes, we try to give our exes too much credit because, all he did was really show me what he was about. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. I'm going to say that containers that were supposed to be shipped weren't shipped. I'm going to say that somebody helped themselves to what they wanted to take and sent me what was left. It is what it is. So the deep part is the blessings just seem to overflow, right? Because I could look at this a number of ways. I could take it as an L, or I could say those things were intended to happen to make way for the bigger blessings, because everything that I've needed since I've been here, I have. Everything I don't need, I don't have. And it's cool. So I want y'all to know, get ready for that, right? Whatever little attachments you have to these superficial things, let it go. Let it go, because you may not see them again. So give your little carvings and your dishes and your pots a little hug, because that might be the last time you have contact with them. Yeah, indeed. Right. Welcome, family. Thanks for joining. I see we have 12 people in the house, 8 thumbs up. Come on, family. Get those thumbs up and please share the video. Share the video. I got started like maybe 5 minutes late. So folks might be feeling like, oh, okay, I got Sylvia, Synovia, Empress McCabe, Yaya. I missed the other S. Honeycomb is in the house. Blessings, blessings. So glad y'all are here. I have to tell y'all, when I have these little sessions, I feel like we're in my little clubhouse and we're able to meet and we talking about some stuff. So I'm glad y'all are here this evening. If y'all missed the shirt, order your shirts, y'all. Spirit woke, ancestors calling, vibrations. Get your shirt. I designed this shirt. It's on teespring.com/soulsprings by AM. Y'all will see it. I'll make sure I put it in the description and it's on my page. Get your shirts. This design is on the front and it's on the back, right? So it's like we walking through, we coming back, right? We are moving through Africa the way we're supposed to. This is for all of the African diaspora. Get your shirts, y'all. Get your masks, get your phone cases. I have all of that on Teespring. Also, if y'all are not already, follow the podcast, AA, Exit the Matrix. I have some interviews on the podcast from my folks that are camera shy. If you want to do an interview, feel free to call me. advertise your business, you're a subscriber, I would love to do that and help you promote your business. Meantime, like I said, the podcast is AA Exit the Matrix. That's on anchor.fm with some entrepreneurs in the Gambia. It's so nice to see everybody giving each other love and greeting each other. Welcome, welcome. We got 19 in the house. I'm not sure if you are able to ask questions if you are subscribed to the channel. This way I'm able to keep up with everyone. So please subscribe to the channel and then you're able to ask questions. Oh, sure. I'm sorry. Thank you, Synovia. I wish I knew how to change and make people moderators because I don't know how to do that. I did it in the beginning. I'm going to add more people the next time I go on. What's up, Gambi 1A? I see you, Brother Molly. Y'all follow the brother's channel. And please, if you are subscribed to the channel and you have a YouTube channel, put your YouTube channel in the chat. We need to keep the high vibration people supported and make sure we're following each other. Oh, you are so welcome, Seize the Moment, for the 411. Yeah, it hurt to talk about it, but I had to tell y'all because I don't want that to happen to anybody. You know, luckily the things I had, I'll live. What's up, Sister Shay? Oh, I'm so glad to see you. So glad you are here joining us. You know, Shay, I gave you a shout out. I hope you see my little shout outs that I give to you. I talk about you being a sister, telling me from the gate I needed to do lives. You was pushing me to do lives, and I was like, I don't want to do no lives. I don't think it's necessary. I put out enough videos to give people information, but it was Shay and XDMC telling me all the time, you need to do lives, you need to do lives, you know. And I'm glad I'm able to do them because, you know, you all think that you need the information, but I need them vibrations as well. I need those good vibes as well. So I'm so glad you are all here. If you are subscribed to the channel, you will be able to leave messages. So please, I'm looking for your questions. If you have any, someone had asked a question about security as well as drivers. I'm hoping that person pops up tonight. I wanted to answer the question for them. In the meantime, thank you, Shay. In the meantime, like I said, we talked about shipping. We talked about saboteurs because some saboteurs may be your own family members, y'all, for real, right? Family members that you think have your best interest in mind, and a lot of times they don't. They really don't. Like they jealous, they envious, they still harboring, you know, ill feelings. So you gotta be careful. You know, even my baby, like I had to have a little talk with my son because he made a comment, like he got a little hot with me and was like, you left me. Yeah, it came out. He said, I left him. And I was like, wow, really? That's what we doing? Like you chose to stay. And I think he really kind of had it in his mind that because he said he didn't want to go, that I wasn't going to go, y'all. Yeah, I think he thought that, you know, like I thought he knew me better than that, but apparently. So, you know, he was supposed to be coming in December. He started a new job, so he's not able to make it. But, you know, yeah, my baby. He ain't my baby. You know, he's grown. He gonna always be my baby, but he's grown. But I was glad that he was really able to tell me how he felt because then I know what I'm dealing with, right? And I did raise him to speak his mind. And he basically was like, you know, like you left. I'm like, yeah, but, you know, I thought I prepped you the whole time that I'm thinking I'm prepping him and having him do things. He sees me packing. It, you know how it is. You know, they don't miss the water till the well run dry. Okay, I see D'Angelo Smith is asking me, do you see RVs in Africa? No. Like I could tell you straight up, I don't see RVs. And if I did, like I'm really thinking if I did see anything, it probably was like, you know, those old school RVs with like the back piece shaped like a thumbs up. Does that make sense? The RVs like that. I think I saw one of those, like just a piece, not the actual vehicle, just that back part. And I'm not sure that anyone would know what to do with it. So if that's a business you're thinking of, if you could get them shipped over here, that would be interesting. RVs, mobile homes, because I have mobile home training and I've been keeping an eye out for some things. That would be a business, D'Angelo. Like, yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't think he did believe me. Just back to my son again. I don't think he believed me. I think it got real for him when he realized I wasn't there. Yeah. They do, exactly, separation issues. But yeah, he really tried to turn it into like abandonment. And I was like, what? You're not even home. Like, I was supposed to be sitting there when he came through the door just to give me a hug and keep it moving. Like, as long as they know you're there, they're fine, So let me see, seize the moment. Okay, I saw that. Brother D'Angelo, did you have another question? Okay. See that right there, D'Angelo? I see plenty of vans. How about that? How about that? What if you did? Look, see, you ain't know you was gonna come on here and get free business advice, right? I'm that person. If you did a car park with van homes, D'Angelo, that was just for you. When I tell you there's so many vans here, all these old vans for Europe, a bunch of abandoned vans in the junkyard. That's what I would call it, a junkyard. Yeah. Yeah, you could do a business like that. And people need housing. They need housing with everything in it. Like how we like tiny homes. They have homes in the village here, but some of them are not equipped the way your van is probably equipped. That's a business for real, for real. Yeah, I'm talking, if somebody's doing it in another part of Africa, I can't speak on that. I can only tell you here. Exactly, Sylvia. Tiny home on wheels. Now I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Did I miss somebody? Because somebody came in. Nori the Great. Blessings, sis. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Yes, $2,000 a month. Do you know how much $2,000 is here? I'm gonna give it to you like this: 50 Dalasi is equal to $1 American dollar. 500 Dalasi is 10 American dollars. 5,000 Dalasi. I'm gonna leave that to you. If you stuck, 5,000 Dalasi is 100. So if you saying 2,000, that's almost a couple of like, what would they call that? 100 and something thousand here. Yeah, that's money, D'Angelo, for real. Van life in the Gambia. Yes, I'm talking that'd be a YouTube channel, a podcast, a whole like community. What? Affordable housing? Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. People would be in for it, especially a lot of the singles. Like there's a lot of young people here. Their parents put them out when they can't care for them no more. And then they end up getting involved in things they don't need to be involved in. Like you could start it in the Gambia and spread that throughout all the continent. For real. And it wouldn't even matter like how I'm talking to you now. If 10 other people took this idea and did it, you wouldn't be affected. That's how many people are here. For real. Blackouts. Well, yeah, it hasn't happened yet. So I'm almost like, don't you put that out. So let me see. It's not as often as it was before the election. I don't know what that's about. I know I think they got some politicians or something in the area because there was a lot of traffic with the president. I'll be posting a video later for y'all to see. I think they may have some meetings going on. I'm trying to read the chat while I'm talking to y'all as well. Blackouts, yeah. I want to say at least 4 times a week. And that's like a low number for real, because it could be going out at night and I wouldn't really recall because I'm asleep, right? But you know, last time y'all were on with me, the last live I did last month, power was out the whole time. Yeah. I hope I answered your question. Okay, so now, D'Angelo, what if you said gas and water, but what if you were able to take all of these items that they don't recycle and make fuel? Get together with some other folks who might be interested in creating fuel from recycled products, from manure, from all these things. That would take care of your gas, right? Or going from, I don't know, gasoline to petrol to, diesel is what they call it, I believe. Yeah. Hey, sis, my soror, glad you can make it. Yes, I'm here. I'm good. All is well. You know, all is well. I'm blessed. I have no complaints. I was just showing off my shirt I designed. Please, y'all, grab your shirts on Canva, support the cause, spirit woke, ancestral calling. And then the bottom says vibrations. And the same thing is on the back of the shirt as well. It's Africa, right? We coming, we leaving, we going, we coming, right? They can't stop us. But all is well. Yaya, do the British control the power source? You know what, Yaya? I don't know if you recall when I did that video where I went down to where they do the shipping containers. I actually showed the boat that runs all of the power for the Gambia. Like it's like a big battery on a boat. And I was thinking, if I throw a rock, that ship looked like it could sink. So I'm not really sure who's in control of it, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was the British. Yeah, I'm going to say it's probably the UK. I'm going to agree and say probably, if not, they have something to do with it. But we know a lot of folks have a stronghold here. I heard there was a company out of Senegal that was supposed to be getting with the electric company and taking over so that things were running more smoothly. Sylvia said, the first time I tried to cook here, there was a blackout and I said, dang, remember Anja said, cook first. That's right, Sylvia, because you're like in Rwanda, right? Yes. Let me tell you, I come in, I kick off my shoes because I don't want to track Africa all through my house, wash my hands, and I hit the first thing I do is hit the stove before the power go. And if it don't go, that's cool. Cool thing is I have a stove that is gas and electric. So if the electric goes, I can still take a match and light this stove. I can still cook. I just prefer not to cook in the dark. You know, that's how you burn yourself and have all kind of little accidents because you can't see what you're doing. So I have extra little lights that I use, little generators and stuff like that. They also have something that y'all might want to consider, a regulator. Are y'all familiar with a regulator? I've noticed that I thought a generator was the big thing, but you need a regulator too, because when your power goes, you're going to want to plug into your generator, but your regulator will save your items so that when the power does go, it will keep it running in the meantime. So two different things, right? Maybe they have combinations of the regulator and the generator, but I'm learning about these things as I'm seeing them. If y'all saw the last apartment tour that I did at Castle Apartments, I showed the man had regulators near all of his appliances. So that might be something you want to consider. Yeah. Let's see. Yes. So, Sylvia, I'm sorry you had that problem, but yeah, you got to cook, girl. You got to cook. I will, Kelly. I'll send it to you. And somebody told me to put my information here. So let me type this real quick before I forget. I do the same thing with the phone light. Y'all don't forget that your phones have flashlights. Some people don't know that. Your phones have flashlights. What works for me is to put my flashlight on my phone, and then I lay it face down and I let the flashlight shine on the ceiling. So that'll keep bugs away from you as well, right? So let me put Teespring is where you can get the t-shirt. It's teespring.com/Soul Springs by AM. And you know what? I'm going to change that because Teespring, I believe, changed the company name to Spring. It's no longer Teespring. It's spring.com/Soul Soul Springs by AM, and you'll see these t-shirts as well as my art mask that I've done. Y'all know I have a lot of my artwork on there as well, and phone cases. So please, if you don't see your phone on there, let me know so I can go in and change it myself. They finally sent me instructions on how to change that and in my email. So this is for the t-shirts. Okay, I put that in the chat. And then if you all are following the podcast, it's anchor.fm/Anja Africa. I actually have some interesting interviews on the podcast. One of the interviews I did is with a Gambian elder who has returned from Sweden, and he is building a whole apartment complex all around my shop. He is actually the owner of the shops where my store is. So I think you all will enjoy listening to his story about being a seaman, coming back to the Gambia, and seaman as in SEAMAN. Okay, y'all, seaman, right? Like he was on ships. So I think y'all will find that interesting. Yes, Seal. Am I saying your name correctly? Is it Seal or Seal? The regulators are like uninterrupted power source. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I think that will be good for you all to get those regulators, because I don't have that. And let me just tell y'all, don't fall for the hype, okay? Thank you so much. 23 people in here, 23 thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. Please share the live so people can get the information. Let me tell y'all. Y'all know I got jokes for days. So let me tell y'all what happened. So I go to buy this fridge, and I don't want to buy a solar fridge because they're very expensive. So I decide that I am going to get a used fridge, right? I pay $100, maybe about $100, if not less. I might have paid like $75. So the fridge is about as tall as me, got a couple of little dents on it, but I didn't care because my thing is fresh food. I really just needed to keep my water cold, right? So I get this fridge, and when I buy the fridge, the dude goes, "You got to buy this fan too." Now it's a rickety old fan. It's on a piece of wood and it's metal. It's a metal fan. So I'm looking at him like, "Well, why does it look like you made it?" He said, "Yeah, I did make it." I said, "Okay, so why can't I just buy like a cute fan in pink or purple or something and put that behind my fridge? Why do I need your rickety fan?" He's like, "No, you need this fan because the refrigerators are made with these old motors, and the motor has to stay cool." So I'm like, "But I could get a newer fan and make it stay cool." Like, I like things that are pleasant. Aesthetics are a big thing for me. Like, I need things that are pleasant on the eye. So I'm looking at this little rickety fan. I'm like, "I'm not feeling your fan." He's like, "I'm telling you, this is what you need. Those little ones are not good because they're not going to blow enough air. Even though this is handmade, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "How much you want for this fan?" Like, I don't even want to pay for the fan because I'm annoyed. Listen to your intuition telling me not to buy this little rickety fan. Honey, I'll get this little rickety fan home. I plug in the fridge. The motor's going on the bottom of the fridge. So you have to put it like right by the motor. Why does my fan start bouncing across the floor, y'all? Like, it's moving. The fan is moving on the tile floor. I'm like, I knew I shouldn't have bought this daggone fan. So now I'm outside picking up rocks because I need to find a rock to sit on the base of the fan so it won't move. Do you know this thing is still bouncing around the floor? Then I go and find 2 pieces of bamboo that was left over from the guy that made my bamboo bed, and I lay them on the side so that if it moves, it can't jiggle around. Finally, after having this thing about a good 3 or 4 months, it stopped moving, y'all. It doesn't move and it doesn't make noise, but it used to make a lot of noise when it cranked up. So that's what keeps my fan. That's what keeps my fridge cool. I knew y'all was gonna laugh at me, but I gotta tell y'all these stories. It's true. So the fan is. I'm gonna pull the fan out one day and show y'all this fan. If the power go out, I'm gonna show y'all this fan. Okay, so we gonna hope that the power stays on. So that's what happened. So that's how that's what happened. So quite honestly, Anybody think, oh, you looking slim? This is why I don't keep a lot of food in my fridge, because I'm afraid that if the power goes out, if I have fish in there, a bunch of fresh stuff, it's going to spoil. So I will buy my stuff daily. I get my salads when I'm coming in. I cook my meals and I will keep them in the freezer until I'm ready to cook them, because I don't know if the power will go out when I'm not here. So the fan is plugged in behind the fridge. So when the fridge start up, the fan start up. It gets better. The fridge defrosts. Now, I ain't had a defrosted fridge in the 70s, the 80s? I don't know. So anyway, when the power goes out, I come home to, ice or water that has melted on the floor. So now I got to mop the floor. So now I'm like, okay, I hope I don't get electrocuted, because the fan was there bouncing around the floor in the water with the wires next to it. And then I got this fridge. So it's very special. It's a very special situation. I had to share that with y'all, because nobody would know that if I didn't tell you, right? So I had to tell you. So get yourself a proper fridge and hope you have a regulator so you don't have to deal with the things that I deal with. Hi, Auntie. So glad to see you. Congratulations. Auntie Wendy is in Rwanda. I am so happy for her. Blessings. Beautiful home. Auntie Wendy, put your YouTube channel in the chat, please. You guys that have YouTube channels, leave it in the chat so people can follow you. We want to support each other, okay? We got 31 people in the house, 26 thumbs up. Get those thumbs up, family. Come on. And please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and subscribe. Right? High vibration family supporting each other. I put in the chat the t-shirt. This is my t-shirt that I designed, Spirit Woke, Ancestral Calling, and the bottom says vibrations. I know it's hot, right? And look, y'all know I'll be acting up. Look how I got the Africa earring. Look, stop playing. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I got the same design on the back. Most people don't put designs on both sides, right? Look, front and back. So it's like, we left, we coming back. We going home. We doing all we can do. Nobody is stopping this movement. So that's what this shirt is about. So get your shirts, y'all. It's in the chat. Spring.com/soulsprings by AM. That's where you get the t-shirts. Anchor.fm is the podcast. Oh, and I just started a new page on Facebook for the podcast. Check it out. Some of the podcast listings are there. Check them out, share them on y'all pages. Let's get this podcast international. I'm already in Czechoslovakia, Belgium, the UK, the States, of course. I think I saw Spain, Cuba, Mauritius. Listen, Sierra Leone. So the podcast is doing some things, y'all. I'm about to take that to a whole nother level. So please, check it out. Thank you, Honeycomb. I appreciate you. McKay, but I do not have shirts at my shop. I only have them online. So that's a good idea. I'm going to have to get some. I do have a brother from high school that is going to be doing some shirts for the shop. The win-win shirts, right? Because we always say, we win and you win with your purchase. We win when you visit. You win with your purchase. Win-win is the acronym for the store, Waste Not, Want Not. Let me put that down here as well. In case y'all are not following the store, that is on Instagram. So I'll put IG, and let's see, the store is, I'm going to put the hashtag win, waste not, want not. We're expecting inventory now. So I'm really excited. We should have some new things coming in, and we'll have more men's stuff too. Win-win, waste not, want not. And that's in Senegambia, right? And we're right across from Bakadaji Hotel. Bakadaji is a new hotel in the Gambia that is, it looks like just apartments. It looks like apartments, short-term and long-term, but they also do hotel stays, and they're building a huge hotel behind it. Really nice. That's where I go to the gym at. Y'all saw me in the gym one day. That's the gym I go to on that bottom floor. Yep. So y'all got to check it out. Senegambia Bakadaji Hotel. Welcome, family. So good to see you all. We have 35 in the house, 28 thumbs up. Go ahead, put those thumbs up, like and share. If you're subscribed to the channel, you will be able to leave a message. Yes, I appreciate all of y'all for coming in this evening. So we talked about shipping. We talked about saboteurs, right? Sabotage, because some of that will be your family members, unfortunately. Whether it's because they don't want to see you go, or they're just not feeling what you're doing. They don't want to see you succeed. You know, some people feel like, why did you need to go there to do what you had to do? The other thing I mentioned, like, you know, I did the 4 S's, right? I said, shipping, I did saboteurs, shipping, spirit, right? Because we're going to talk about spirit and soul ties. So let's move on to spirit. And please, if you have any questions, drop them in, and I'll get to your questions for y'all. Let's see. Yes, great idea. I bought my van. Yes. Let me tell you something, D'Angelo, that van for $1,000 and you got a bed, a bathroom, and a sink for $6,000, you could do that for less. When I tell you a quarter of the price here, you probably could get a van for like $200 or $300. And I'm talking high end, right? That's the high end of it. You go to the junkyard, you don't really need something that's functioning. You may need something that's functioning if people want to be mobile, but if you're really trying to do like a mobile park or something, you're good. You're good. And you can ship what you need here, quite honestly, right? So that's an option. And they have beautiful tile here. I'm told some of the tile is made in Africa and some of it is shipped here, but they have beautiful tile here. If you all have been looking at my videos where I'm showing the buildings, we're going past houses, folks tile the whole outside of the house. And it's really nice, really well done. Yep. Nice. Yeah. And the gas, all of these stoves here, like I have a propane tank in my house, which I really would rather not have in my house. So a lot of people, when they have their homes, they make sure they have an outdoor kitchen so that the propane tank is separate from the rest of the house, right? I actually have to go buy gas like on a monthly basis. Maybe it's probably about 30. You know what? No, I'm exaggerating. I want to say every 2 or 3 months. And I think my sister Synovia sent me a budgeting sheet. And I was like, you know what? I got to use this sheet so I can give y'all real numbers. So y'all can thank Synovia for that. It was either Synovia or Sylvia. One of them sent me the budgeting sheet. And I still have it. It was in my email. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I had it in my mind that I'm going to start using it at the beginning of the month to give y'all real numbers and start tracking, because I know when I replace the gas, that's something you would need to do. When I replace my internet, right? When I'm paying for power for the store and power for the house, like that's about it. Like it's only like $20 or something, but you need those numbers so that you know what to expect. Greetings, Bob Garvey. Good to see you. Yes. Let me tell you, there's Bob Garvey, there is a whole community where people get spare parts. It's called Latrakunda, and the Nigerian brothers, I believe it's a lot of Nigerian brothers that seem to have a hold on the spare car parts. So people say things like, if you need Ford parts, you have to get them from Senegal, but that's another business here. Definitely, for sure. So yeah, you want to bring what you need. You want to start going to junkyards and collecting that stuff to bring with you, things that you know go quickly. And you're the best, you're the expert on that, because you know what it is to live in those homes and what it would take. Yes, Sylvia. Yes. Yes. Yes, Sylvia. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. And I think all you guys, when I see your posts, I'm so happy and so proud for you that you all are making moves. And with the shop, I'm not able to kind of move the way I want to, because quite honestly, I'm not in a place yet where I'm ready to leave my store manager there alone. I have to make sure my security is in place, because I don't want her to be there alone and something happens. Like, I need to make sure she's safe as well. I noticed, and I didn't mention this, y'all, but I went to the shop the other day and one of my locks was tampered with on the door. Somebody tried to mess with the lock, and I guess they was trying it and probably thinking, oh, we gonna come back with a truck and help ourselves. But I believe I caught it in time, and I went and bought like 6 more different locks, and I'm making sure all of the locks on the door are locked. Right? I went to someone's store and they shared with me their lock system, and I thought their locks looked like they were tamper proof, and I was like, I need locks like that. So I have to make sure I do better with the lock. And y'all know, if you know anything about padlocks, I'm not a padlock person, but when I did try to look up the best padlocks, why did they have how to break padlocks, like how to, clip the lock, how to just interfere with them any way you could. So any of those locks can be picked, but you want to make sure you secure your spot the best way you can. The other deep part is we have security. So in my mind, I'm like, they either hitting him off and he's turning his head like he don't see what's going on, or he's sleeping on the job. So either way, I have to do my due diligence and make sure that my stuff is handled. What can I say? So far, it's been a good experience, so I can't complain. But somebody always going to try something, so you just got to make sure you handle your business. So let's talk about spirit. Like, we're going to talk about that. And this is a topic people don't really want to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it. And this has nothing to do with religion, okay? So no matter what your religious beliefs are, that little voice inside of you, the creator, spirit, listen to it. Intuition, when you get that feeling that somebody is shady or somebody ain't right, or you don't want to be around this individual, that's your intuition. That is spirit. Listen to it. You ever notice when you don't listen to it, you go back and go, I knew it. I knew I should have followed my first. That was spirit, and you didn't listen. Listen, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's real. It's real. You get that vibe telling you don't do certain things, just like spirit is how I ended up here, right? I told somebody 26 years ago, I came to Senegal. I went to Senegal. I was in Dakar. We arrived in Dakar and we go stay in a village called Malika Village. And it was right on the ocean. The huts, it was like huts, and we slept in huts, and there was no running water, there was no electricity. I was there for 30 days. I took African dancing and drumming, right? So one night I'm with some dancers. I'm actually with one dancer, one of my girlfriends at the time. She was dating this drummer, and so it was like 4 drummers, and they were smoking. I'm not a smoker, so I kind of moved away from the crowd. And we had the fire pit. It was real cool. And then everybody had their sleeping bags, so they're sleeping like up toward the fire, and I was closer to the water. And I was falling asleep, and it was the first time I saw a shooting star. And I remember literally going to jump up to tell them, look, a shooting star, and I couldn't move. Something was like on my chest, holding me down. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. So, of course, that kind of scared me a little bit, but I just kind of relaxed into it and just kept breathing. At that time, I was not a believer in a higher power. I was on some more, I haven't had any proof. I don't need to believe nothing I can't see. I'm not going to believe in this indoctrinated nonsense. I was on that tip at that time. But let me tell you, when that feeling came over me, the first thing that came through my mind was like, do you believe now? That was the message I heard. Do you believe now? And it reminds me when my mother and them used to tell stories about the witch riding your chest, right? And I was like, well, maybe it was something bad, but I didn't feel like it was something bad. They tell you when you have those experiences, go by what you feel. And I just felt like that was a wake-up call for me. But at that time, I didn't think that it meant stay in Africa or that I was meant to be in Africa. I thought it was a message about where I was spiritually. So I started to dig more into getting to know myself and understanding spirit and understanding that there was something greater, right? Whatever that is for you. So that was my experience with spirit. So now we're going to fast forward. with this journey. With everything that was happening with the pandemic, all you could do was spend time with yourself. So as I'm spending time with myself, I'm meditating, I'm doing yoga. Things are more quiet around me. All the distractions are gone. I start dreaming. I start having animals approaching me. I'm talking birds coming up and sitting right on my car, my rear, my mirrors. And it was just deep. It was deep. When I tell you, you couldn't ignore it. You couldn't act like you didn't see it. Cardinals and blue jays sitting in my windowsill. And I ain't have no reflective windows then where they could see their reflection. So animals, babies, I be online, people's babies I never saw before just reaching for me, giving their parents a hard time. Like I always had a thing with children want to come to me, little ones. And as y'all know, I was an outpatient therapist. I worked with, children that were traumatized, adults that were traumatized. So it was just interesting. So you got to be aware. You got to be aware, and you got to pay attention. Listen to that voice inside of you saying, you need to do this. You need to make this move. You need to make this happen because that is your purpose. And oftentimes we don't listen to that. We try to do what other people want us to do. We try to do what we need to do to feed the family. We do what we need to do for everybody else, but we're not doing what we need to do for ourselves. Pay attention, y'all. So that's what it was about spirit. So please, if you have any questions, any experiences you want to share, feel free. Yes, Honeycomb, you listen. Isn't that what the doctor said? Right? Leonard Jeffries, all of the brothers, right? We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So somebody, I remember hearing a brother say, we are the children of stolen Africans, right? We are the children of stolen Africans suffering from post-traumatic slavery disorder. That right there. I was like, whoa. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all, 34, 32 fingers up. I appreciate y'all. Y'all get a thumbs up too. Please share the live. Let people know we're on. Yes, Kelly. That's what I'm talking about. Look up them dragonflies because I'm going to tell you, I got a whole book. Look, is my book here? Because y'all about to get me started. Don't even get me started. I don't see my book, but I have an entire book with all of the insects. I had a grasshopper this big as my hand. The brothers that were with me didn't even know what it was. Grasshopper this big. The first day I went to open the store, sitting right under my lock. Now, y'all seen the doors to the store. They're huge, 2 big container doors, right? So there's like 4 separate doors. So y'all tell me how this grasshopper going to be right under the lock where I got to put the key in the morning to get into the store. And even today, it was like a gecko. They have geckos here. This one was gray and it had a brown stripe. And I saw it in this store and I was like, okay, let me just kind of leave it outside. Do you know this thing gets to the doorway and turned around and didn't move? So I went and sat back down because I was like, I don't want them jumping on me. I'm going to just chill. Why today I'm sitting talking to that was yesterday. This morning I'm talking to my store manager. She's like, look. I'm like, what? He's sitting on top of the chair looking at us. I was like, okay, we got another employee apparently. So I'm gonna have to figure out if it's still around. Do I need to feed it? Am I supposed to take care of it? I know somebody was scared of geckos. I don't remember. It was somebody in one of our groups that did not like lizards. Let me tell you something about the Gambia, okay? And this is the spirit talk, okay? All of these insects and animals and stuff that y'all are encountering, I feel like that spirit. I'm not messing with them. I might try to shoo them out the house or move them. I stopped killing bugs. I don't be trying to mash them. I'm not doing none of that. Listen, I find myself picking up things with my hand and just kind of tossing it to the side. I did an interview with the couple from the soul food joint, deep couple. I had such a great interview with them at their spot on the beach. And as I'm about to setting up the interview, there is a white it was I think it was a grasshopper. I believe it was a white grasshopper on my leg. And I asked them, have y'all ever seen a white grasshopper? But before I could ask them that, the wife was like jumping up out the seat. trying to get away from this thing. And it's sitting on my leg. I didn't even feel it. So she was like, oh, this thing is on your leg. And I just picked it up, kind of swiped it into the sand. And later I told her that message was for you, because they tell you when you have those encounters, look at how you're made. How do you feel when you see it? And what are you dealing with at the time? And then you look up the spiritual meaning of that thing. And it usually applies. I'm telling you, every single time I have had encounters with different animals, things from the sea, feathers, all this, there was a message, right? There was a message. I had birds come to my tree all at once in the morning. I'm like, okay, bunch of blackbirds. It's going to be an interesting day. I pay attention. I'm paying attention, and I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'll just say thank you. I feel your presence, and I keep it moving. I have to believe that anything that, the creator put here, the most high, whatever you want to call him or her, is here for a reason. And we need to take heed, right? Because the messages are there. So we are physical beings, right? We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Spirit, right? We back to that again. Let me see if y'all have anything on here. Yes, the dragonflies, we talked about that. The dogs, yes, honey. Animals, yep. I could see a dog be barking at people. I'll come past and the dog don't even pay me no mind, right? Or they will come up and start walking with me. I had one dog barks at everybody. The guy across the street dog, right? Sometimes the dog, when it see people, will start barking. So this morning I come out and the dog is following me. The dog don't usually follow. I don't know. I think it's a female. She just kind of looks at me. This time, this dog walked me across the street, crossed the road with me till I got in a taxi and then went back across the street. I said, stop playing. It didn't even come next to me, but literally was walking with me, by me, nearby, till I got across the street and then walked back. I was like, okay. Yeah. It's deep. Yes. Oh, good night, Bob Garvey. Thank you for joining us. Yes, seize the moment for sure. Yes, for sure. Seize the moment. Where are you located? Blessings, Corey. Blessings. Yeah, so that's it. Just listen to the messages, y'all. They're there. And sometimes they come with people, sometimes they come with animals. Yes, Zenobia, for sure. Right? Babies, animals, adults, all of that. So we talk about spirit, for sure. Definitely. The other thing we talked about was soul ties. Let's talk about some of the interesting things that are happening in the Gambia. If y'all have anything else to add on that, feel free, and I'll catch it in the chat. Soul ties. I think when people think of soul ties, they think of folks being intimate, and the soul tie there. I'm referring to relationships that people are having and how they're bound to people. Okay. So Cordu and Gunjur. Oh, okay. Yes, please. Please, sis. Yes, please put your car there. So the sister has a vehicle and it's nice too. It's in good shape. I've actually shared it with someone who was asking me about a vehicle, someone who is Gambian. So please share it. Greetings, sis. Glad to see you here. Greetings from North Carolina. Oh, thank you for joining. Blessings. Thank you for joining. We have 33 and 37 thumbs up. So yes, folks, I know it's late and some folks have to go to bed or have other things to do. I understand. But I'm so glad that you're able to join us. Please share the live. Share it with folks so they know that we're on. And we were talking about Sister Cordu is going to put in her vehicle. She has a vehicle. So y'all can contact her, hit her up. She is in Gambia. And she has a vehicle that she would like to sell, because I know she's going to be making some moves. We were talking about soul ties. So what can I say? People here believe in, I believe it's called marabou, voodoo, if you will, some other things. So, oh, it looks like my cousin is calling, but I'm on a live right now, so I can't talk to him. Let me text him real quick, y'all, and just let him know I'm on this live. All right, I just sent him a text message. See, y'all, I even turned my ringer off for my special people. I just had it on vibrate so we wouldn't be interrupted. So yeah, people here believe in using the negative side of certain things to influence people, whether it's to make you leave them, make you love them, make you give them what you have, control you, or have you give them your money. There's people here actively involved in stuff like that. Yeah, it's real. It's real. I think we all know about it, but I don't think we realize how many people really are living their lives this way. I believe we are all protected, right? Because we have the creator, we have our ancestors, they don't know who you have on your side, so they need to really be careful with who they're dealing with. But yeah, people here are into that. It's real on the continent. And if y'all recall, I did a video before I left the States talking about protecting yourself, right? Making sure you are protected, that you armor up when you come to the continent, emotionally, spiritually, as well as physically. Yeah, people are into some stuff, right? We even know that there are people doing things that they don't usually find themselves doing. Yes, Jatan, welcome, sister. Yes, the negative use of African sacred science. Oh, see, you just touched my heart with that. Yes, African sacred science. I love that. Yes, because that's what it is, right? Yeah. So, these are sensitive topics for some people. People get really sensitive. People feel like, you shouldn't talk about certain things, but we have to talk about them because y'all need to be prepared. If you planning on coming to the continent, you better know that you could have a neighbor that's jealous of you and they will try something like that. You come outside your door and there's something there that shouldn't be there, or something weird going on, and you're like, what is this? Why is this? It's there for a reason. I even had a sister tell me today, I met this beautiful sister. You saw I was with Mama Ama, right? Nana Ama earlier, as well as a friend of hers from California, Sister Veronica, and another subscriber, Sister Florence. She was by the store today. And the sister was telling me that she helped a brother in the Gambia start a funnel cake business. Now, y'all know funnel cake is like a PA thing, right? Hershey Park type funnel cake amusement parks we think of, but nobody in the Gambia was really doing that, not that we know of. So the sister helps the brother start a funnel cake business, and she said people was walking by trying to do like throw voodoo type stuff down. Like, why? You don't want to see the brother be successful? Why you don't want to see the sister help the brother? Why you don't want to see people progress? It's people like they're just envious. Like, why she help him instead of me? Like, that's the mentality sometimes. So you got to really be careful. Yeah, people get down like that. I see Global Green Book said, yes, I remember when Bentu, yes. We were sitting in the shop and sis had on her cowrie shell bracelet, right? And the other sister who works with us says, what is that? Like, she's pointing, like, what are you doing with that? Like, suspiciously. And then she's like, what are you talking about, my bracelet? And she's like, yeah. And she told her, she's like, marabou people use those. Like, marabou people use cowrie shells as part of what they do. And, she had to break it down to her, explain to her that cowrie shells, as we know them, from the States was used for bartering, like we use them for jewelry. It's a respectful thing. But there's another association with cowrie shells, because I also heard I saw a brother posted something on Instagram, and he does readings, and he was telling people they cannot have the open back cowrie shells when they have his gree bags, because that kind of weakens what's in the gree bag. Hey, so yeah, you people are into different things, but you need to be aware. It's like that. And when I tell you that there is a level of ignorance that is impenetrable, like you ain't going to explain nothing away. When people are scared, they believe what they believe. They've been holding on to these beliefs forever. Their mind is not going to change because you try to make sense of it. So all you